Coming up on this episode of the Preston North End Weekend Warm-Up, we'll have a chat with Paul Gallagher, we'll celebrate the midweek win at Deepdale, and it's a tale of two cities as we travel to Norwich and then Bristol. All that and so much more on the Preston North End Weekend Warm-Up. And hello again. How has your week been? A little bit better than it might have been recently? Doesn't it feel nicer when we've got a win to celebrate? 1-0 against West Brom. Let's remind you of those match highlights.
Now Alan Brown hugs the right-hand touchline, and Robbie Brady's continuing his run. He's getting to it as well. With Reiki on his left foot, he crosses with his right, gets to the cross to Maguire, kept out by the goalkeeper, and so is the rebound from McCann. So close for the Lillywhites and so close for Sean Maguire. The chance might come now though, as Reece looks to find it, and this time it is rattled in, but again it's saved by the keeper from Ali McCann this time. Jordan Storey tries to win it back, and McCann will look to keep possession. He shows a lovely turn there, and now squares it for Fernandez, who crosses it in for Reece! We have lift off at Deepdale, and it's Emile Reece who has got the goal. Finally, it has come, and finally there are scenes of celebration for Ryan Lowe and Preston North End. Here's Gallagher pushing forward now, going on the outside and gets his shot across the face of goal, and it's only inches wide. What a let-off that was. What an opportunity for Gallagher. The difficult task that West Brom have got in front of them here. It could get even more difficult with Fernandez down the left in towards Sean Maguire, who thinks about the shot, and it's just wide from Sean Maguire.
Great passage of play by Preston, really patient.
Here come North End again with Sean Maguire, looking for the support that he's got arriving. Ali McCann is the one bursting forward, and it comes towards McCann, off the post, off the goalkeeper, and to safety. And they're trying to capitalise this time, and they're feeding it through towards Grant. Good save by the goalkeeper, and it's Freddie Woodman who denies West Brom on that occasion. They look for Thomas Asante now, who again has been forced well wide by Jordan Storey, and Gallagher manages to bring it forward, and this time the effort is towards goal, but it's comfortably saved by Freddie Woodman, who again comes to North End's rescue. Here's Parrott this time, trying to find a goal to kickstart his career, but it's saved by the keeper, and there goes the full-time whistle. It's North End who have got the victory, and they have got the goal that they wanted. Emile Reece with a strike in the first 10 minutes of the game to heap further pressure on the future of Steve Bruce at West Brom. For the full-time score here at Deepdale, Preston North End 1, West Bromwich Albion 0.
Yeah, it couldn't be any better to get a win. It was delighted to get a win, so we were just happy, everyone, to finally get a win at home and show everyone that we can do it still.
No, it's been a long time coming on it. I thought the first half performance was fantastic. I thought we should have had 3 goals. We were really on the front foot, and we knew we got at West Brom early doors. We could get a chance of scoring an early goal, which was proved. Second half obviously a little bit different, you know, you're under pressure a little bit, we have to change shape because they've got some fantastic players, but I thought the resilience and the character of the boys to withstand their pressure and to keep creating many chances was fantastic.
Yeah, definitely a delight. I've always put pressure on myself to score goals, so to do it today it was great.
Right, let's take a trip back in time now, and the very first game for Preston North End of 2006. This was part of a 22-game unbeaten run. The trip to Norwich City ended with a 3-0 win to Preston North End.
Carlo Nash clears the ball away upfield. Dicky underneath it, but it can't get a chance. Graham Alexander out to Sedgwick. What can North End make of this? Sedgwick on this right-hand side. Plays the ball back to Graham Alexander. Alexander plays the ball through Nolan.
Oh, and a good finish by Adam Nolan. That really was a spectacular finish by the Preston North End midfielder. Didn't he just enjoy that? But that was the lovely, lovely build-up.
Sedgwick and Graham Alexander. Nice little 1-2, and Alexander threaded the ball through into the path of Adam Nolan. Nolan just took the ball on as the goalkeeper came out to try and close him down. He toe poked it beyond him. And Hill now makes space for the cross. Matt Hill drills the ball in. Tries to get another chance. Again, the ball is cleared away, but Graham Alexander just outside the area. Plays it into Adjumang. Adjumang touches on Dicchio. Oh, handball in the area! That surely is a penalty, and the referee agrees. Norwich City just make minor protests, but there was a clear handball in that box. There was Danny Dicchio with a nice little backheel trying to get Adjumang in a 1-2, and Norwich argue their case. It's Alexander versus Green, the goalkeeper very animated. Alexander, and that's 2-0 for Preston North End, and Alexander wheels away with Danny Dicchio right in front of the Preston North End supporters. Look at the delight on the face of Graham Alexander. He disappears under a posse of pale blue jerseys. But really, Preston North End now with this amazing away form, lead by 2-0. Delivered into the back post. It's an easy catch for Green, who just bowls the ball away. Norwich City trying to get back in this match. They trail by 2-0. Mears just knocks it down. Ball cleared away downfield. Dicchio and Fleming challenge, and in the end it's, well, Nugent wins the ball. Nugent going into the area, chance. Oh, and David Nugent created it and finished it himself. He goes off to the Preston North End supporters in that corner of the ground. And David Nugent surely has put this match to bed. A brilliant bit of play by Nugent. He won the ball himself just outside the area, took it on as calm as you like, and as the goalkeeper advanced, there was only one place that ball was going to go, and it's in the back of the net.
Okay, Stat fans, here's one for you that I bet you didn't know. There is not a single team on the planet that Paul Gallagher has scored more goals against than Norwich City. Who do we play this weekend? Norwich City. So we thought we'd catch up with Gally about the next couple of games, but we start with him looking back of his goal-scoring prowess against the Canaries.
Gally, we head to Norwich this weekend. That's the team that you did very well against as a player, 6 goals in 14 games, so good memories against the Canaries. Yeah,
you always have them teams that you kind of do well individually and collectively, and since I've been at Preston, I think I've had some really good results against Norwich. They're a fantastic team with some really good players, but over the years we've done really well against them, and as you said, I've managed to score a few goals, but we'll go down there looking to put in a good performance after a good result on Wednesday.
We'll look at a few standout memories for you. That FA Cup win in 2015, Peony in League One at the time, Norwich Championship, went into it as underdogs but came out with 2 goals and a 2-0 win. Yeah, I remember it. Norwich turned up with a strong team, to be fair, because usually you make a few changes in the FA Cup, and we made a few changes, but it was a good game. There were good football inside, and I remember nicking 2 goals, and we progressed to the next round, and I think we played Sheffield United, then we got Man United after that, so it was good memories then. Do you remember that FA Cup run really fondly, because that almost transpired with your league form going on and obviously getting promotion that year? Yeah, that was one of the conversations we had back then, is just winning games breeds confidence, and since that point I think we went probably 18, 19 games unbeaten to the end of the season, and in the end we ended up getting promoted. So when you win games, like I said, it breeds confidence, and that kick-started us on really, and then we went on to achieve promotion to the Championship. Fast forward a few years, in 2019 you scored another goal in the 3-1 win against Norwich at Deepdale, and is that a night you remember really fondly? It does, because Norwich were flying. I think they were top of the league, playing some great football, and we went into the game under the lights at Deepdale. We got off to a good start. I think Ben Davies scored a header, and I got a penalty, and I think Shawnee scored, and we played really well that night, and some of them players might still be at Norwich now. They had a really good team back then, and it was a good night under the lights there, and like I said, to get 3 points against the team at the top of the league was good for us. The top of the league currently, so I suppose going in Saturday, Peony are the underdogs, but is that something that you've always relished as a player and obviously now as a coach? Yeah, they're the games you want to be involved in. Teams that have graced the Premier League, spent a lot of money, got a good coach now in
Dean Smith and Craig Shakespeare, who I know from my time at Leicester. So got some great players, and yeah, you want to go down there and test yourself. I've always enjoyed playing there as a player at Norwich. It's one of them stadiums that you look back in and say, I enjoyed playing there. The crowd are right on top of you, good atmosphere. You know, they always sell probably a lot of season tickets down there because, you know, it's that far away, but it's one of them games where you're going in off the back of a good result Wednesday night and looking to kick on.
How important did you feel that win was on Wednesday night against West Brom?
Very important. We've been playing some good stuff. It was just that end product that was missing, and on Wednesday it came. And to be honest, I thought we could have been 3-0 up at half time. We played some really lovely stuff. We've done that all season really, and it's just that last bit. But hopefully now we've scored that goal, it'll kick us on.
It will be a quick turnaround after the Norwich game as well, moving straight on to Bristol City. How do you kind of deal with that, both as a player and now as a coach?
Well, I'll speak as a player. As a player, you've got time just to try and relax and get ready for the next game. As a coach, you've got about half an hour to celebrate a win, then you focus on the next game. So, yeah, it's two different aspects of the game, really, as a player to a coach, but it's something I enjoy. Like I say, you enjoy it, but you know your attention's turned quickly to the next game. And it's all about getting the right rest into the players, the information they need for the game, and going there in confidence of obviously winning a game and looking to go down there and have a good game.
In a month like this, how difficult is it to look ahead to the next game? Because as you said, you literally have a couple of days, if that.
Yeah, you got to take one game at a time. You never know what's going to happen in football, and like I said, I think 9 games in this month, and it's crazy. So, but like I say, we've got a good squad, big squad that's going to be utilised, and everyone has to, you know, be chomping at the bit to come in and play. And when you play at that intensity, it's hard sometimes. So players will be needed, and as well as recovery is important. But when you win games, you're confident you want the next one to come, and I'm sure the lads in there as well as the staff, we're all looking forward to it.
Speaking about Bristol City, again, that's a team you played against quite a lot and had, again, good memories against. Did you always feel you almost had a bit of a rivalry with Bristol City in League One especially? Yeah,
because we came up at the same time and we played them so many times over the last few years, and I think if you ask probably any of their players, we're probably their bogey team. And we always have good results against them, whether it's at Deepdale or away, so long may that continue. I can remember games we've won 5-0, then we've drawn 3-3, and we've been down there and won 2-0, so they've been really good games, and you know, it's another stadium that I like playing at, and you know, they're always tough games, but you know, ones that we've done well in.
They're again a team going well, and it is on paper a month of playing teams that are going well in the division. So is it just about, as you said before, just focusing on that game and doing all you can to prepare as best as you can for it? Yeah, it's like I said before, it's take one game at a time. As you mentioned, this league's so difficult. Any team can turn up and put in a good performance, but it's about what we do, and we need to prepare right and be ready, start on the front foot, and you know, keep them positive performances coming. Coming out of this month, I suppose you'll have a pretty good idea of where this squad's at, given it'll be middle of November, and you'll have a month off. How hopeful are you that this team can really push on this month and then reassess where you are? Yeah, that's the plan. Try and finish this month as strongly as we can. Then, you like you said, you go into a break and you come back focused again, and you know, if you put yourself in a good position going into the break, coming back, you can be excited. Is it going to be strange, that break? It's obviously not something we've ever really seen before. Yeah, well, as you said, no one's ever experienced this before, so it will be weird, but you know, if you can put yourself in them positions where you finish this month in a good way with good performances and picking up points, then you can look forward to it. I think the only previous time you can say that is when the pandemic kicked and the league stopped. I think we were in the playoffs then, we were doing well, but sometimes when you're doing well you want to keep playing, so it's one of them really. When you're doing well you want to keep playing. Some teams, if you're not doing too well, you want that break, so hopefully for us we can kick on. Obviously Wednesday, getting 3 points at home, we can kick on and back up, because in this league if you can go back-to-back wins or back-to-back good performances and getting points, you can find yourself up the table.
So of course, after Norwich City, it's Bristol City, and as Gally mentioned in that chat there, we've got a relatively good record against them. Just 1 defeat in our last 10 trips, and we average about a goal a game. So a good time to look at the best ones from our games at Ashton Gate.
Right in front of the travelling Preston North End faithful. 21 minutes played here.
Right, we'll be hoping for goals galore against Norwich City next. Back here at Exton, we caught up with the manager Ryan Lowe, but first, the man of the moment, Liam Lindsay.
Yeah, no, they're flying, so it'll be obviously a tough test. Obviously, they came down last year, so they still get Premier League players, so it'll be a tough test, and especially away from home. But I'm sure we'll give it our all and give them a good battle.
They've got some fantastic players, got a fantastic manager who's been there before and had promotion out the division and managing the Premier League. But you know, we've got to obviously worry about what we can do and how we can nullify their strengths and attack their weaknesses. Of course, every team has weaknesses, but one thing we can't do is we can't take Norwich City lightly. They're a fantastic outfit, but we've got to go there with a smile on our face and, you know, not play the occasion and play the game. And you know, if we do that, I feel we're always in positive moods to try and get a result.
If you kind of look from last season as well, kind of results, we've always kind of done well against them kind of teams. So yeah, hopefully it happens again Saturday.
And I think, you know, in the Championship, you know, Dean Smith might have something to say about that. He might say there's no underdogs in the Championship, and I agree to an extent, because I think anyone can beat anyone. I think you only have to look at the results up and down the Championship so far this season have been crazy and been good for some clubs and not so good for others. But we can't take that in. We've just got to go there knowing that we're up against a good team and making sure we try and get the game plan right to the lads go and take to fruition.
If you want to go to Carrow Road and you haven't got your ticket and you think, oh, I can't go now, you can go now because you can pay at Carrow Road. Go to the ticket office. If you want to go to Bristol City, you can buy your ticket online, mypne.com. Go and do it now if you want to go, because you'll just forget and then you regret it. But if you do forget and you can't go, you could always listen on iFollow PNE. And that is that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on so that you're the first person to find out when we put the highlights on for games or the next episode of the Weekend Warm-Up. What could be better than finishing it with a "Come on, you Whites"?